Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the old world. I hope you guys are all doing well. And today, guys, we're back with a live showdown between the Beastmen and the Sons of Sigmar. The Empire's coming in hot. And we are going to be giving old Malagor the Dark Omen a try, the Beastmen peacock character who has wings but can't fly. Now, do we want the icon of vilification? Not really. Basically, he's just going to be a cheap caster that brings Traitorkin and Viletide to the table. Now, the fun part about using him is you can get double GOREBULL. So we're going to indeed do that. We're going to get double GOREBULL. Now, as far as our items go, causes terror and makes him unbreakable for a period of 46 seconds. Yeah, that's actually something, let's have some fun. I know it's probably not the most cost effective, but let's give it a try. Causing terror against Empire can potentially be okay at like breaking things off. So we're going to try that. Now, as far as our infantry go, there's a number of ways you could play this matchup. You could play it with like spawn rushes. You could play it with, cheap infantry and spawn. You could play it with like mid-tier infantry like gore herds, which will do okay against most troops with the exception, of course, of greatswords. So could even do minotaurs. Well, against Empire, I do like to get a couple Centaur great weapons. I find that they do pretty well against Empire heavy cavalry, and we'll get some pig cav. The bacon is very good against Empire heavy cav as well. Volkmar the Grim is a bit of a problem, but we do have double GOREBULL, so if the GOREBULLs can isolate him, it should be a good day at the office. Okay, now infantry. Usually it's like Flagellant, Sigmar Sons, like that type of stuff. So we could probably get away with using not the best infantry ourselves and just kind of like try and whittle them down with our magic and cycle charging. Basic Centaurs can be useful for that as well. Baconators also can do some decent damage, so let's go ahead and get some Ungor Spearmen with shields. I have a pretty expensive core, right? The double GOREBULL isn't cheap, so we can't afford to go too crazy. Now on top of that, what else do we want to get? Centaurs, the throwing axes do give us some tools. Yeah, Ungor Raiders are really, really good here. They're actually incredibly good against those like kind of cheap units like that. We could get Stories of Drakwold. We could get like one good quality infantry unit. Probably another Razor Gore is fine. Yeah, that's all right. This build feels a little bit funky, but I think it should be okay. We have good backline dive with the Chaos Warhounds. We can bunker bust blobs using the Traitorkin combo. Well, it's not even really a combo. It's just Traitorkin and Viletide. Viletide's pretty good against those bunch-up units. Really, really poor infantry quality is my only concern. So maybe we cut you and then get another one of these dudes right here. Maybe just get like one decent infantry unit just to have it fight like a spearman or something. And at least we'll have a win in the front line. All right, I think we're ready. Ready, good luck, have fun. All right, let's give it a try. Let's see how this build works. A little bit heavy on the bacon is my only concern, but we can deal with most of the Flagellant type units using the Raiders, and we have a pretty good mobile game. If he goes very heavy in the heavy cavalry, I think we have enough via the Razor Gores as well as the GOREBULLs and whatnot to win those fights. Should be fun to use those axes too. Give them unbreakable. The GOREBULLs get surrounded. I mean, GOREBULL leadership isn't the best or worst in the world, so maybe the unbreakable thing will help in a very clutch situation, right, where we need it to stay and fight and hold the line. But yeah, we do want to force him into a blob. Granted, Empire has some really good blob punishment as well. If we blob in all our Centaurs and Razor Gores and Volkmar just, blows his load with a huge Soulfire bombardment, we're going to be having a very, very bad time. So hopefully we don't get caught in that situation. It's kind of a cool map too. This is one I like to mix into my tournament rotations. It has some nice forests on the flanks, but nothing terribly abusive. It's just a really narrow map, actually. I played in a 2v2 tournament recently with this map, and you really feel it. It's pretty narrow. You can even look at the screen and see like it cuts off really, really early there. All right, so let's get our terrible infantry up in the front. They are going to get massacred for whatever deity the Beastmen worship. And we can actually widen it a little bit, like so, like so. Beastmen are all about like weird ambushes. No Centaur throwing axes this time. It certainly feels a little bit odd not having that. Centaur throwing axes are just such a solid unit, and they're actually very good against Empire, but I wanted to try something a little bit different. So Malagor can be kind of chilling over here, a little bit closer to the forest. And GOREBULLs, perfect. Oh my god, there's like some crazy semi-truck outside. Just running through the streets. It's running rampant. So we'll get our bacon spread out. They're going to be kind of a spatial control unit. They can also be used against infantry to relatively good effect. They have a really nice charge bonus and hit quite hard. All right, so we got you and you, so 2 and 3. They can work on the flanks. And the poison hounds, we get a deep vanguard's a little bit risky, so let's actually just put them with the Centaurs here. And the Raiders now can kind of be spread up between these units. Very good, and very good. All right, I think it's going well. GOREBULLs can be in group 4 and just kind of roam around in a goon squad together. Typically, you want them together. Otherwise, they might get isolated and killed by like a Karl Franz type character. Ooh, wow, look at the smaller army for my opponent. Okay, this makes me think that it's kind of an elite army using Volkmar and a steam tank. Good luck, good luck. Good luck to my opponent here. Let's have some fun. Let's go ahead and lock this army so we can move together in our nice and juicy formation. Yeah, so we got Volkmar, and I think it's all, oh wow, it's all skirmishers. Okay, that's going to be something. So yeah, let's just kind of move forward here. At least we have some raiders. Yeah, those skirmishers will be a little bit annoying though, for sure. Let's go ahead and pull these guys up, and I think we brought the shielded variant, which is good. Volkmar, definitely we're just going to beat on him with 2 Gorebulls. That's kind of the game plan. We do have Traderkin, so if we're able to blob him up, for example, we can usually do pretty well. So let's go up and over the top. We don't have too many easy targets for his skirmishers. Now, does he have any heavy cavalry mix in? It looks like, yeah, there's some Knights of the Blazing Sun, which we just need to keep our dudes nearby to make sure. Okay, Raiders and Raiders just shooting here. Gorebulls just kind of screening Volkmar, pull you back. And these Bacon can go ahead and screen up here. We just need to get that surround going, which should be good. All right, so Gorebulls are on the job. Volkmar the Grim is hanging out. Okay, it looks like he's dropping a banishment right here, but we should be able to kind of catch that one. And yeah, so that didn't do too much. All right, so let's kind of keep moving up. These guys are kind of circling around the far side. We want to get that like surround on the army, so then when he tries to retreat, we can really get him in a bad way, right? So Gorebull's going in. That's a good engagement for us. He might send in his knights, but we'll kind of keep moving up our main army. Malagor's nearby, so if he does like blob and tries to fight this, okay, he's going to use Soulfire Bombardment right there. So let's get the Razor Gores, go ahead and engage here, get the Spears engaged, and I think we're all good. So yeah, this is solid so far. We're chilling in the back of his army, really putting a lot of pressure on him here, and the Bacon will be very good on that follow-up. Volkmar the Grim really getting wrecked. So pull these Spears back, go ahead and get you guys in here, pull these guys around the top, and we're golden. All right, Gorebulls still doing the business. Knights of the Blazing Sun are being forced back. A lot of Pistoliers over here, and again, we're just kind of sitting and poaching. We're not in any like urgent situation. Yeah, but the fact that he's taken so much damage on your boy Volkmar here early is a really big win for us. So we'll just kind of keep chasing. Knights of the Blazing Sun having some problems with our Razor Gores, of course. Razor Gores are exceptional against heavy cav. All right, we can fight this, fight those Knights of the Blazing Sun. Let's bring these guys over, have them get sandwiched here. Now we can look here and see where we can get a Traderkin. So Traderkin here will actually be quite strong. It'll hit the cavalry plus those other units, and I think that's going to be very good. All right, let's move you guys up, have you guys start shooting at these skirmish units. We trap those Knights of the Blazing Sun with the pigs, and now the Gorebulls can keep going after Volkmar the Grim. All right, so we took a little bit of overcast damage. Looks like the Empire army is mostly breaking here. We can collapse on them. We got spear support coming. It looks like there is going to be a banishment coming, so let's see if we can... actually, we could stay. It's just a regrowth. It's fine. Razor Gores, keep hunting. Go after the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Just push them down to the best of your abilities. Gorebulls just keep chasing Volkmar, and the Raiders can just shoot at Volkmar the Grim. It's totally fine. All right, moving up. We do have Vile Tides. Vile Tides can be pretty good here. I'm looking for like really bunched positions. He doesn't have too many right now, so I'm not feeling up to it. Definitely a very micro-intensive build for my opponent. That is a lot of mobility to handle. It's doable for sure, but a lot to handle, like I said, especially against Beastmen, who are like one of the more difficult factions to kite in general. So let's go ahead and move you down. Just keep on top of those Knights of the Blazing Sun with our Raiders, and these other Raiders can just keep shooting at Volkmar while the Gorebulls go in there and do their job. So Traderkin. Yeah, you know what? We can do that here. I think that's all right. It's not the best usage, but, you know, might as well use it. It's going to hit the caster, and it also has a slowing effect, so it'll slow Volkmar and allow us to get a little bit better press there. Move you guys up, move the Razor Gores over there, and I think we got this one. I think we're in good shape. So we can certainly make this a 2-for-1. It was a pretty fast battle, but a lot of Beastmen games are, right? Gorebulls, let's pop the axe. Let's give them some terror route so they can push off these other units. There you go. All right, caster's down. GG, well played. Yeah, definitely Volkmar's got to be more conservative. And in a full kite build, he's a little bit susceptible to being caught. He only has 50 speed, but it's something to consider. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the value accrued on these units. Pretty metal build for sure. I see the theory. It certainly could work. Just got to be more careful with Volkmar. And yeah, I had a lot of answers against heavy cav with the quad Razor Gores plus double great weapons here. And yeah, the Gorebulls just went absolutely ape that game. All right, so well played. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Now it's on to our second match in this 2-for-1. Just getting some late night ladder games in, just warming up the old hands. Got to stay practiced, you know. And yeah, I actually really like using Malagor with double Gorebull, because if you use Morker, you can't do that. So you don't really... One Gorebull can, you know, shut things down, but 2 is really can actually fight those like big powerhouse lords, and generally can do pretty well for you. So here we go. Match is found. The foe lies before us. It is the mighty Liam. Now in this game, yeah, I'm feeling real crazy. I'm feeling real crazy here. Oh yeah, we're going High Elves. Hey man, High Elves for me. So we're gonna go Lithanar sub-faction. Let's see what he picks. We are in Karak Ungor, which is fairly open field, but is he gonna go High Elves? Okay, this is interesting. Let us go with triple Shadow Walker. Just hear me out. We're gonna bring an Archmage with high magic, and we're gonna go ahead and go on an Eagle, and we're gonna bring Tempest, Apotheosis, and Hand of Glory. I think that's good. If he has any flyers, we could potentially net them down and punish them with the Shadow Walkers, which would be really, really fun. Do we want to just not bring like an infantry game and just kind of play that like skirmishing game and that poking game? I think that could actually be really fun. Part of me is like, I want more Shadow Walkers, but this is already like a really, really big investment in that direction. Yeah, it's weird. Mirror matches are always strange, but you know, it'll make for an interesting fight for sure. Fireborn here, pretty good, right? I mean, there's a lot of fire damage here. So having the Fireborn, I think is probably worth it. Plus, we'll have the Apotheosis, and we could get even more skirmishing elements. Now, if he does go with like a stationary build, do we want to go triple bolt thrower and just play one of those kind of like mobile kiting and like force him into awkward position type builds? That could actually be pretty strong. Like no infantry, right? So Silver Helms. We got Silver Helms, and then on top of that, so we have this High Mage on the Eagle. We should be okay in the air. If he goes air, we have triple bolt thrower plus the Shadow Walkers, but suddenly we have a build that's very, very hard to protect, right? 2 and 3, I think that's okay. Yeah, very weird build. I'm just going off the rocker. I hope we can make it work. The triple bolt thrower might be too much. Maybe we just cut one. We could actually switch these out. So we cut these, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Cut one of those. Switch them out for Reaver Archers. So if he goes with a spear wall, how do we deal with that? That's the problem. If he just has like a ton of spearmen, we need some killing power against infantry, I think. Yeah, this build, obviously, guys, don't try this at home. It's not a well-tested build against infantry. But do we want to get a couple nobles on like single entities? A single chariot could do the trick too. Oh, the dreaded Tiranoc chariot. Actually, you know what? A Narnia chariot. Like one Narnia chariot plus like the shot cavalry should be enough to deal with the infantry. And we have enough for a couple reavers. Is there any way we can kind of tighten it, get a little bit more dough? I don't think so. All right, this build's going to be wild. Let me see. So if we were in a tournament, you have to have 300 models. So 45, 90. Okay, and then we have Dragon Princes. So that's 90 here. How many Dragon Princes? So 90, 180, 270 plus reavers. Yeah, it should be enough. All right. Good luck, have fun to our friend Liam here. Let's see if we can make this build work. I'm very, very skeptical. Bringing the bolt throwers feels like a little bit of a mistake. Like I feel like that's the one thing that I'm just going to be like, oh yeah, it's not working out for me. Let's see. The range on Shadow Walkers is 180. Lothern Seaguard is Shadow. Yeah, okay. So Lothern Seaguard I think are 165. We should be able to outrange them. Basic archers are 182, but we can kind of hit and run on them, I think. And plus with the bolt throwers, ideally we can like force them forward. Part of me wants to bring like a big eagle or something, like some sort of a phoenix character. I don't know. What map are we on to? I should probably check that. It's pretty important for such builds. Yeah, Karakungor. So this is a build where, or a map where this will do fine. We should have the advantage in the cav fight too. I mean, Fireborn plus 2 princes, plus 2 reavers. That's a lot of cavalry. If he brings any rangers, I think we got a really, really good situation because the Shadow Walkers, you know, actually do pack a bit of a punch with their ranged attacks. So we'll see what the great Liam has in store for us. Hopefully he just brings a bunch of dragons and big monsters that we could like Tempest and focus down. Yeah, I think we're good. Looks like he was just making some final tweaks to his army here. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Life's treating you good. Karakungor is upon us. So Shadow Walkers and Beastmen with the Axe of Men. We didn't get a great chance to use that, but yeah. Going to be casting some World Championship games soon too. Sorry, I was a little bit behind on getting those games out. Obviously the move was quite a treacherous affair. All right, so let's get the bolt throwers. Right here is okay, I guess. It gives us the high ground, but over here it's a little bit more defensible. So we'll go with the bolt throwers here and here. We want to be offset. That buys us time to skirmish and makes it a little bit harder for him to press us. So we'll pull those back. So Shadow Walkers can be over here. Actually, over here is fine. Yeah, this will lure him away from the bolt throwers ideally, right? Mage of High Magic can be right there. We do have the Hand of Glory if we decide to get real spicy. 3, 4, and 5. So 3, 4, and 5. Actually, 3, 4, and 5. So the Silver Helms will ideally kind of run interference up in the front. Lion Chariots here. We can get some Reavers. Some of them can start back here, just as like a bit of a defense. In case he has like a Vanguard on us, we want to make sure we have like a couple units back there to defend. And the Chariots can be sitting in the middle. So let's go ahead and put you guys a little bit further back. Such cool units too. Do they have Snipe? I can't remember. Yeah, Firewall Moving, Stock, Martial Prowess. Okay. For some reason I thought they had Snipe. As well as commanding bands of Shadow Warriors. Shadow Walkers form an elite retinue of Nagaraith's finest to accompany Elithanar into battle. Maybe he's expecting the Elithanar. Who knows? All right. So he's not talking, so I'm not sure. I think we could just jump in and probably start the battle. My army's pretty small. His army's pretty big, but hopefully we can get some good value. Oh, wow. Looks like he was ready to go. Okay, this is good. Not much mobility. He does have Techless with Nets and Regrowth and Fiery Convo. Let's move you forward, move the Dragon Princes here, and move them and them up. So now we need to get the Bolt Throwers advancing up. I don't think he has any sneakiness. I think his build is fairly straightforward. Nothing wrong with that. Certainly, you know, a little bit more well-rounded than mine. So we'll get the double Bolt Thrower to start going after the Sisters. And what we're going to do is get our... we got to watch out. Yeah, he's got Nets. So if I get caught here... Ah, damn, I forgot to take off Fire at Will. The plot thickens. He knows we're here now. All right, so let's get Fireborn on the flank. You guys can go in the front. You guys go on the side. And we need to just kind of have you guys lurking nearby. So we need to focus down the Sisters of Avalorn. That's going to be money. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's Value City. And the other Bolt Throwers will continue. So we just need to kind of dodge back every couple volleys. These look to be the Silver Helms with shields. All right, so let's pull back here, get you going here, and just kind of start hammering in. And good. We're about to be in range. Honestly, let's just start shooting at the white lines here. And we can go ahead and engage you guys. Shoot at the Sisters. We can get over here and use Apotheosis. And you guys can go ahead and hammer in, pull back there. And the Reaver Cavalry can now be pulled up. Ooh, it looks like there's a little bit of an ambush afoot. So let's go ahead and get an Apotheosis going on you guys, on the Fireborn. That'll be a nice little heal. Done some damage here, but yeah, we need to kind of pull back. What are these, Reavers? Yeah, okay, at least they're Reavers. And our Reavers need to come up and start doing their thing, so. All right, so one unit of Sisters is pretty much in the can. Let's go ahead and turn back here. We can use Hand of Glory on our Fireborn, and they're netted down, but they're honestly not taking that much damage, which is great. All right, pull you guys back. We can go ahead and do a little crosshatch engagement. We need to kind of get into the archer line there. And yeah, this isn't the worst thing in the world. Fireborn are at least fighting some, you know, decent fights here. All right, so let's go ahead and pull you over the top here. We can go ahead and kite you guys back, and now let's go ahead and hammer into these white lines here. Also get the Great Eagle engaged, and yeah, Fireborn really just trading like linebackers. Bolt Throwers, yeah, man, look at the damage those Bolt Throwers have done to that one unit there. Reaver should be able to run interference on them. Shadow Walkers can shoot, and we have another Apotheosis. Let's go ahead and overcast this on them, and try and pull in and see if we can get on top of those Sisters right there. Our Shadow Walkers, though, seem to be doing fine. All right, hammer into you guys. You guys go across, and man, the Fireborn went freaking Super Saiyan, dude. We have our Chariots too, which I almost forgot about. The dreaded Turin Tactical Reserves, but it's okay. I feel like we're dominating a lot of these engagements here and really getting some nasty work in. All right, let's pull them in. Shadow Warriors move back, move you guys up. The Chariots should be able to karate chop most of the infantry here. I love unorthodox builds like this. So much fun to use. Charge those spearmen. Fireborn, come in here. Get you guys hammering in the front, and we should be able to shut them down. Shadow Warriors just start wasting those Sisters of Avalorn again, and now we have a Hand of Glory, so let's go ahead and give that to you. To the Fireborn, I guess, is fine. Yeah, right there. That looks good. Bolt Throwers in the Spray Fire mode seem to be doing some decent damage, and the Spearmen, let's go ahead and pull over. Lion Chariots just giving those white lines the absolute business there. Charge into the front, get the Great Eagle piling in, and we can go ahead and use Apotheosis on... Man, sometimes when you double-click these spells, it should just work better. Why can't you just work? Why can't you just get it done? All right, pull it back, shoot these guys. Chariots are back here. Shadow Walkers, pull back. We really don't want to deal with Spearmen. So let's go ahead and pull around. And good. So we bunker busted that back line. Let's go ahead and get whatever freebies we can. Looks like the Shadow Walkers were able to kill the Sisters. And now we can get you going here. Pull our Eagle character back to kind of keep peeling. Might as well. And looks like our dudes are back online here. Anything we want to chase off? Yeah, we can chase them off. And it looks like some of the Sisters have come back in the distance. So let's go ahead and give them the dirty. And we'll leave the Chariots in combat here now. And yeah, those guys should go down shortly. We could actually have one unit of the Shadow Warriors fight here. We'll put them in group 8 just to make sure they don't get microed with that same group. And we'll see how they do in combat. They should do okay. Yeah, those Sisters are kiting back right now. Great Eagle coming to secure our Bolt Thrower position. It looks like it's secured. We can have the Narnia Chariots chase them off. Let's come on over here, and we can give the Hand of Glory to you guys. That'll trigger the passive ward save, and for some reason the Dragon Princes kind of dropped their attack there. It was a little bit disappointing, but... Alright. So these are Reavers. We're fighting a bunch of his Reavers. Our 2 Shadow Warriors here. Let's go ahead and take off Fire at Will, save that ammunition. And looks like they are taken offline. We can go ahead and sandwich there, and these guys can now go on Spray Fire mode there, and we can go ahead and finish off the Sisters. Look at this, Shadow Walker's doing some work. I'm quite curious to see their value accrued over the course of this game. We'll Apotheosis them, and the Dragon Princes going in. Lion Chariots should make quick work of those units, and we can pull you over and fight Teclis. Looks like he was able to win that respective engagement, but yeah, who knew we were getting a mirror match here? Man, looks like finally using that ability correctly. Yeah, Shadow Walkers, man, let's look at their value. 900, that's really not bad. I'm impressed. Usually they do pretty poorly for me, but in this case they seem to be doing okay. So Teclis does get a net. Will perhaps lead to a little bit of damage on those units. These guys are moving and shooting, so let's see if we can start getting some shots on your boy Teclis. Now we can go ahead, pull the Fireborn back, go deal with them, pull the Lion Chariots in there. And these guys have done their part. Yeah, we can just start doing their thing. What kind of damage are we getting here? Man, look at these Shadow Walkers. They're just like fighting off a whole unit of spearmen. Nice and sauced up. 1,000 value on them. Shooting the back of these guys, do a little bit of cycle charging, and we can apotheosis these guys as well. Those Shadow Walkers we're pouring a lot of resources into those guys, but hopefully they're doing well for us. So now we can go bolt mode and just start sniping techless. I think that's going to be fine. We have some Reaver Cav on the edge of the map who've come back. So go ahead and intercept his units. Try and dodge that if we can. And yeah, I think we should dodge that Fiery Convocation, no problem. Yep, Fireborn doing the work of the gods here. All right, well played to my opponent. It was a fun game. The build kind of worked. You know, honestly, I was pretty happy with it. It's very unexpected. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I certainly had fun playing it. So Shadow Walkers got 1,400, 1,000, and 1,100. Okay, they're still pretty healthy too. As far as the overall tactical value of the Shadow Walkers, a little bit more efficient than like not more cost efficient. You could have done the same thing with Shadow Warriors at a cheaper price point, but it was really fun having them. And they did take out the Sisters of Avalorn very effectively in the beginning. The first unit we focused got only 67 value, but I think the MVP for us was the Fireborn. They were able to just absolutely melt. Yeah, Silverhelms did okay. Bolt Throwers did fine, you know, honestly. And if he had brought a flyer, like if he had brought like Bird Techless, like Peckless, we would have been able to use the you know, the Tempest onto the or from the High Mage to really get a ton of value. So that was really fun. We even forgot the Narnia Chariots for a period of time, but they were a nice icing on the cake to finish off the infantry of his, which were of good quality, right? So yeah, it was fun. Well played to my opponent, Liam. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. We'll be back with more. If there's any weird units you want to see, any weird combinations, let me know. I'll do my best to oblige. And that's it. All right, guys. See you next time. Take care. Stay safe. Avoid Nurgle's Plague. Drink water. You know, spend time with your loved ones. It's all good stuff. Take care, guys.